Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming out on a Thursday night. I'm Corey Peterson. I'm a theater instructor here at Urbich. And I just wanted to, again, thank you all for coming out. And then just say a short intro. Basically, everything you're going to see tonight was created by the students in exercises in improvisation and Anne Bogart's City Company viewpoints. And basically, the viewpoints are all about trying to find a way to get out of your head and into your body. And for most young actors, that's probably the most important thing they need to learn, is how to not get stuck up here, but how do I personify and tell story through the viewpoints are all through my body and physically. And I have to say that while I'm not sure the kids enjoy all the physical work that went into having to create this, I think that in the end, they've all learned to really appreciate the work that they've done. Because once again, as I keep reminding them, you did this. You did this. This is not a show that anybody has ever seen before. This is everything that we had and you had in your minds, and it's now on stage. I would like to thank Jeffrey Peterson, who is an adjunct professor at Gustavus, who came in and worked with the kids and helped them, coach them through some of the movement, but then also help them take it to that next level. So Jeffrey did a really nice job making that happen. I'd also like to thank Kevin, who's our music instructor, musical theater instructor. He's streaming here tonight. He's 50 years old. So, so for Kevin to give up his birthday evening to come and do this, I'm very thankful. I hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you talk to the kids afterwards. I think they've done a tremendous job. Thank you all very much.
Hey, Kevin. It's my mom's birthday today and my birthday tomorrow. Just fun.
The bell sang as it tore loose from the steeple and flew into the deepest spot of the Odense River, which is why that spot is now called the Bell Deep. But the bell found neither sleep nor rest there, for it still rings and plays. These are the stories the bell told. Those hard and gloomy times
Olivia was placed under a 5150 hold. An involuntary psychiatric commitment as her mental state was evaluated. During the hospitalization, Olivia was released from the hold after 24 hours as the doctors determined she was stable. In January, Olivia was placed under second hold at a medical center. She was escorted from her home by a motorcade of helicopters, ambulances, and police. The reason for the second hold is the attorney said that the attorney stated it was a result of her recently taken driving drugs, and I was supposed to say that it was a result of her doctor said it was immediate for her to take hospitalization.
Whomsoever can do the most incredible thing shall have my daughter's hand buried and half of her estate. This matter is far too important to be decided by one individual, even if that one individual is me. As such, the conservatorship shall be putting together a panel of lawyers, media contacts, ex-employees, and ex-boyfriends to decide what is to be the most incredible thing, upon decision of which shall the prize be awarded.
Should we ask Mother what she thinks would be right?
Of course, right. Of course I'll contact your mother in this affair. After all, you're most precious to me and to all the world, and I only embark on this endeavor to find the perfect match.
Your father made this decision before you were born. You're to be taken care of, and no one is going to marry you.
Oh, what day is this? My God, I'm living in the dark ages.
Oh, please, be more literal. I wasn't quite picking up on what you were saying.
We won't be giving in. This game is over until someone is lying in the cold, cold ground.
The townspeople, men, yes, and the women too, but their heads, their backs, and their hearts, trying desperately to win the eye of the fair young maiden.
What to do? What to do? I can do. No. I can. No. What to do? What to do?
What?
Today's the day. Are you not excited?
How many things will be presented?
A great many, conservator.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
It certainly means there'll be a great diaspora to choose from. But chance to marry has been a great inspiration to the youth of the town.
Yes, it was a great idea, but some are not so young.
I know old men who will say they can take care of you. While they're taking care of you, they will use you for a while. While they're using you, you won't notice. Treat you as if you were a new sports car before they decision to trade you.
All must be given their opportunity to impress.
A great queue of local suitors snaked out in front of the palace in the Great Hall. The panel of judges was assembled.
There are a broad selection of men and women, young and old. One is a young child of 6 and one an old woman of 90.
Name?
Esther, I play invisible musical instruments.
Yes, yes.
While my child played big sculptures of dryer linen.
Boring. A name?
Bread, cakes and cookies, tarts and treats. Anything for you, my incredible sweet.
No. Name?
Rachel am I, who shall never lie. In this world you never, no, never mess with the dress.
Land.
Name!
Coral, I felt the alphabet.
Not here! No kids.
Name?
Bryn, I eat apples.
And how many apples can you eat a day, Bryn?
I get there at 50.
50? Why, no one can eat 50.
Boom!
How old are you, Miss?
17. And what is your profession? I am an apprentice.
And what have you brought for us to see?
A clock of my own design.
And is it the most incredible thing?
I am proud of its execution. Just wait till it strikes. Now you will see what makes it so special.
Well, do it quick. I'm desperately in need of some refreshment.
With a flourish, they pull off the sheet to reveal a great clock, crafted to the highest of standards. A truly beautiful object, outside and in. And at that moment, the clock struck, and out came lifelike figures to tell the hour. There were 12 separate performances of these moving figures, with speaking and singing.
You see? Nothing so incredible has ever been seen before.
Nothing.
The clock struck 1, and an amoeba came out, just as it was in a single molecule of water. Have you ever seen an organism so happy? It didn't own a set of clothes and it didn't need them.
The clock strikes 2, and Galileo and Copernicus are sat on stools, peering through telescopes.
To understand the universe, you must first understand the language it is written in, the language of mathematics.
At the stroke of 3, the three great thinkers, Confucius, Plato, and Alfarabi appeared. They brought philosophical validation, such precious gifts.
When the stroke of 4 sounded, the seasons advanced in their order. Spring carried a budding bow of beech on which a cuckoo sang. Summer had for her sign a grasshopper and a ripening ear of wheat. Autumn had only an empty stork's nest, for the birds had flown away. Winter's tame crow perched on the corner of the clock and told tales of bygone days.
At 5 o'clock, there was a procession of the 5 senses. Sight came represented by a man who made spectacles. Hearing was a noisy blacksmith. Smell was a flower girl with violets for sale. Taste came dressed as a cook, and feeling was a mourner with a cape down to the floor.
At the stroke of 6, there sat a gambler, rolling dice for the highest cast of all. They fell with 6s up.
9 nieces appeared.
From the way they strutted and swaggered along, you'd think that nothing could hold them over.
What is it that makes me feel this way? Wear something pretty and white. I own you tonight!
Then it stopped. It was so still you could have heard a pin drop. But it wasn't quiet for long.
The great doors flew open. And all the workings of the clock came marching down the aisle and halted between the servitor and the destroyer. Dead men cannot walk the earth! That's true. But a work of art does not die. Its shape may be shattered, but the spirit of art cannot be broken.
The great hall fell to silence. It was more than just surprise as this monstrosity of time slid its tongue across their eyes.
And the guests shivered like babies born again, for in every chime of time is all the pain and joy of man.
And everything your mouth says that your lips don't understand.
And every word inside your head that you can't carve out with your hands, and every ring of chime revealed another chime, emblazoned in perfection of a perfect chime in flight.
And it flooded through the windows like bells made of fire. And the clock that stood there as if it were whole and chimed 1 hour after the other from 1 to 12.
The artist rode through the first chime and sat down because they were tired. They were tired.
Then came Galileo and Copernicus, the three great thinkers who each told the whole truth. And they were not ashamed. All the figures of all the hours marched out with a chime. And at the stroke of 12, out came the watchman with her microphone in his hand. She walked over to the destroyer and smacked them on the head.
You came to my island! You stepped on my lawn! You pissed off the dog! You won't last till dawn! You insulted my mother! Caught you kissing my sister! Say the last prayer to minister! I eat boys like you for breakfast! Where's my knife and fork now? Onions! Potatoes! Potatoes! Tomatoes! Tomatoes! Don't underestimate the hunter. Now let's stop playing hide and seek. I eat boys like you for breakfast.
And suddenly they vanished, every cog-wheeling figure, but the candles flared up like clouds of fire, and the music played though no one had touched it, and all the people said they had lived to see the most incredible thing.
Now, summon forth the artist who made such an incredible machine. Well done and congratulations. You've won.
You think you found my good side? I don't have a good side. I know people you can sit with at dinner in front of the fireplace and just listen to the way they speak. You hear the gentleness in their way of speaking. You think, oh, this person, I can really respect them and love them for who they really are.
I've known people like that too, but people are not necessarily the same. Phoenix doesn't even know me. I mean, they owe me nothing and don't know what they risk by offering me their hand.
Your father feels if he makes a masculine connection with you, it'll make you a whole human being. But it won't. It never will.
There is not a men's history, nor a separate women's history, nor a human history, where men are good to women, where we are all together and support one another, nurture one another, and honor each other's differences, learn to live together in common justice, reconciling our differences through peaceful conversation, and reaching out with goodwill towards one another.
All stood beside Olympia in the Great Hall and realized that that was the most incredible thing of all.
Thus, her feet became quite raw and red.
Couldn't we spare just one small piece of leather?
Her mother can't afford these shoes. You can't afford to be giving out perfectly good leather.
Karen would not be deterred.
What are you doing?
Good as her word, the shoemaker's wife sat down and began making Karen a new pair of shoes from some old scraps of red cloth. They were clumsy, but well meant. And when they were finished, she took them to Karen's house, looking forward to seeing that sweet little face beaming with delight.
Hello? Is anyone home?
My mother has passed in the night.
I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do?
No.
Maybe for you.
Red shoes?
I hope they bring you good company.
They're very pretty. Karen took the shoes. Having no others, she placed her feet into them and felt the warmth of the cloth around her toes. It was a good feeling, and she wore them from that moment on.
They were definitely not suitable for mourning, but they were still on her feet as she solemnly walked behind her mother's humble casket the day of the funeral.
That's when she went to her mother's funeral.
Priest wouldn't know where to look.
Shame.
Suppose her mother picked that dress and all.
Sure, think of what she used to wear herself. With half the men in town knocking on her door, they were not exactly right for mourning.
Probably don't need as many clothes.
If any.
God rest her soul.
Take that to remember your mother. A wealthy old woman was passing by as the mourners arrived in church. Reverend, whose funeral is here?
A woman in the village has died of a fever.
And who is the girl in the red shoes?
Her daughter.
Red shoes. At a funeral.
The old woman's gaze fell on Karen. She looked deeply into her lost, empty eyes and took pity on her.
Does she have a father? Unfortunately, he died some years ago.
Any living relatives?
None that I'm aware. God only knows what will become of her.
Listen, give that little child to me, and I will treat her kindly.
Karen, she might be able to offer you a home.
Not too noisy. I hate noisy. I need calm, restraint.
Oh, she's very very quiet, aren't you, Karen? Hasn't said a word since her mother's passing, in fact. Karen, this lady has made a very kind offer to take you on and care for you. Would you like that? Is it because of my red shoes?
Oh, goodness, no! If you want to live with me, those will be burned, and you will be given proper footwear. Now, stand up straight! None of this slouching! And dry those red eyes. You want to make a good first impression, don't you? Of course you do. And there's no time to waste.
Karen took a moment to think about the offer, but there was no choice. So she decided to go live with the final lady in the final house, and got used to calling her auntie. The red cloth shoes were burnt, and Karen was dressed in new clothes. Mirror, mirror, how is Karen looking today?
Many people told Karen she was pretty, but when she looked in the mirror, she heard another voice, a voice unheard by any other living soul.
You're beautiful, Karen, inside and out.
Karen had to learn to read and sew. And people said that they were pretty, but the mirror said,
You're more than pretty. You're lovely. How is the embroidery getting along?
Very well. See?
Yes, yes, quite lovely, just like you.
And when Karen was old enough to be confirmed, they went into town to buy clothes and shoes in preparation. The aunt by now was quite frail, and her eyesight was failing her. This shoemaker was unlike that of the village in which she was born and raised. Karen gazed in upon the great glass cases, full of gorgeous shoes and perfect white slippers. May I help you?
They say you're the greatest shoemaker in the world.
Designs all over Brazil, Shanghai.
Waiting list as long as my arm. Made me these new boots. Never bought a new pair since.
And of course, he made these.
Wait till you see these. These were especially wonderful and were made for a young individual, but they were not a perfect fit, so they were left with me. Handcrafted to order, made from mulberry silk. Why don't you take a look?
May I?
Of course you may. You, my dear, may say nothing, for the shoes say it all. And they were bought. Are you happy?
Completely. They're perfect.
Neither Karen nor the shoemaker made mention of the color. The aunt would never have allowed Karen to be confirmed in red shoes.
The next Sunday was communion. Karen put the red shoes on her feet and locked away the black ones.
seemed to her that even the old paintings of the funerals, the portraits of vicars and their wives, with stiff collars and long black robes, fixed their eyes on her red shoes. And these were all she thought of when the vicar placed his hand on her head.
Kneel, child. You now make a sacred covenant with God and must think of him and only how you will serve him.
But Karen was not thinking of God. All Karen could think about was her red shoes. Everyone was fascinated on how they looked on her, in her bright, beautiful bright red shoes. Her aunt had heard shocking news from many sources that Karen had been confirmed in red shoes.
You've done a terrible thing, Karen. It's an offense against God, and those red shoes of yours will be locked away. The Lord will only tolerate black shoes. Body of Christ, blood of Christ. Karen thought not of the blood of Christ. Everyone is talking about your beautiful shoes, red as communion wine.
The voice in the mirror was the only voice Karen heard.
You're beautiful, Karen, inside and out.
And as she left, Karen stood by the gate and saw a wounded soldier leaning upon his crutch. When he saw her approach, he took a deep bow.
Good evening, ma'am. Please allow me the honor of wiping your shoes. They must become rather dusty in this dry weather. Won't you help the soldier out?
This is for being kind in your troubles. Please move quick.
Dance, you shall. Move like the diva do. You'll love to dance like the diva do. Just take those red shoes.
These words have a strange effect on Karen.
Involuntarily, she began to move as if the shoes had taken control of her.
What is happening? I can't stop! Someone help me! Stop me!
Karen danced around the side of the church and through the door. A mortal had to wrestle her and tackle her to the ground. Even then, Karen continued to dance.
I'm taking the shoes off!
Taking out violently as they struggled against her to get the shoes.
Stop! Help me! Help me! Someone help!
Karen locked the red shoes in the cellar, and sometimes he would go look at them.
Oh, Karen? Are you there?
Yes, Auntie.
Some years later, Karen's aunt had taken ill.
Sit with me a while, will you? Yes, of course. Short while.
Stay with me tonight. Can you?
You look tired. You should get some rest.
To sit with the old lady was no one's duty more than Karen's. But there was a ball that night and she had been invited. As the aunt faded off to sleep, Karen crept away.
Aren't you forgetting something, Karen?
What's that?
The red shoes would go beautifully with that outfit.
In a great hall, music played and Karen danced. As she danced, people began to notice the red shoes.
remember you danced very well.
It's because of my shoes.
Your shoes? Will you dance with me? Is everything all right?
Assuming your babies. For a dancer who died on the midnight flew them on, these red shoes are some kind of wizard tree. It's okay, they're working!
When Karen tried to dance to the right, the shoes danced to the left.
Oh, my head! I feel strange. I should go.
When she wanted to dance up the floor, the shoes danced down the floor, down the staircase, and into the open graveyard. But the dead there didn't dance. No, they've got something better to do than dance.
She gotta dance. She gotta dance.
She can't stop until the shoes come off. These shoes do a kind of voodoo.
We're gonna make her dance till her legs fall off. Let me say the rest upon my mother's grave. She tries to take the shoes off. She pulls and pulls. I knew I'd done something wrong. All my gifts for dancing, they come from the red shoes. Someone, help me! Stop me!
Suddenly, Karen hears laughter echoing around her. Voices. Get out!
Leave. Karen looks around, frightened. Who's there? Stop it! Stop it!
Ungrateful, just like her mother.
She's got sin running through her veins.
Feel your hair come tumbling down. Feel your feet kiss the ground.
Feel your arms opening out.
And see your eyes are lifted.
Karen looks around, desperate. Please help! Please stop!
She danced deep into the dark wood, right out into the dark forest, amongst the trees and animals.
Suddenly, we see something approach. Dark, menacing. It comes closer. Hello? Is someone there?
Transported, oblivious, and suddenly someone springs out, and it's the familiar face. So
Dance, you shall. Move like the diva do. You'll love to dance like a diva too. Just take those red shoes, and your dreams will come true. With no words, with no song, you can dance the dream with your body on fire. Dance in those red shoes until you turn pale and tired. Dance, you shall. From door to door, the proud and wicked children born. You shall knock on their doors until they hear you and fear you to their core. Move like the diva do, for the wicked and the proud.
Karen danced and went on dancing to the lonely little house, where she met the butcher and tapped lightly on the window. Hello? Is someone there? Please come out. I can't come in because I am dancing. Don't cut off my head. I have sinned and wish to repent, but I cannot until I'm free from this curse.
How can I help you?
Cut off my feet.
You ask me again, I will do it.
Quickly, please.
Why do we buy one from the precinct girl this New Year's Eve? She's not a beggar. She's an entrepreneur.
Disgusting. Look at that one scurrying by
Makes
and
me
down.
sick. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
It was cold and gloomy. The girl walked bareheaded with naked feet as she roamed the streets.
Take a bath, dirty like a dog.
Disgusting.
And who sends her out like that? Such lovely curls. It's so odd.
It is true that when she left the house, she had slippers on. They were of little use. They were so large for her that they were for others. Poor little creature lost them running across the road. The two carriages were rolling along at an alarming rate.
Dirty like a dog. Disgusting.
One she could not locate. And the other, a little boy ran off with, shouting.
Dirty like a dog.
You smell awful. Take a bath.
Dirty like a dog.
Fighters keepers. I mean, this is a cradle for future children.
I'll box your ears in if I could.
And so the little girl walked down the street, her feet blue and red from the cold. She carried a bucket of matches in one hand and a box in the other, but no one had bought anything from her all day, nor even given her a penny.
Shivering, cold, and hungry, creeping along with boozers in the alleyways, the snowflakes fell on long, fair hair, which hung in curls over her neck and her shoulders. Such a poor little child, a picture of misery. In all the windows, lights were shining, and there was a savory smell of roast goose.
For it is New Year's Eve. I wore my toes with New Year's cheer, which comes around once a year.
She remembered that. In a corner, formed by two houses, one of which projected beyond the other, she sat down and huddled herself together, drawing her little feet up under her. It was getting colder and colder, but dared not go home, for she had sold no matches.
How many bundles did you sell? Do tell. Tell!
Men and women with coins. There were none. No money in my pocket. Not one. Was the cobbler gone now? The tailor gone? The cart with meat pies? All gone. There's not a penny to be found.
Why you little?
She had sold no matches, and her father would surely beat her. Besides, it was as cold inside as it was on the street, for all they had over their heads was a roof through which the wind howled, even though the largest of cracks were stuffed with straw and rags.
Become comfortably numb. Oh, how one little match might for me. Only I could take one from the window and strike against the wall. Only to warm my fingers.
She drew one out.
How it sputtered and burned. It made a warm, bright flame, like a little candle that she held her hand over. It was a strange yet wonderful light.
There's no pain I receive. A distant ship smoke over the horizon. We were only clink through
roast goose.
gloriously stuffed with apples and dried plums.
And even better for rest, there's long towards the little girl with a knife and fork in his breast.
Then the match went out. Wind,
Cold and damp.
And she could see only the wall, the thick, cold wall before her. Light another match.
What a most beautiful Christmas tree.
It was larger and much more beautiful than the one she had seen through the glass door of the rich merchant's home.
Thousands of candles burned on the branches.
Ornaments of peacocks, pictures like those in the shop windows,
angels,
and bounds of stars dancing higher.
Pine needles brushing the sky.
the little girl reached her arms towards them. Then the match went out, but the Christmas lights soared higher, and now seemed as bright as stars in the sky. One of them fell down, forming a long, trailing tail of fire. A memory of mother.
Someone is dying.
Thought the little girl, from her mother, the only person who had loved her and told her,
When a star falls, a soul is released to the universe.
Light another,
And another.
and another.
My mother stood, shining, clear and bright, fine and lovely.
Mother, I know you will disappear when the match burns out. You will vanish like a roast goose, the glorious Christmas tree. I can ease your pain. Get you on your feet again.
Relax. All together on the brick.
I'll need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it is you hurt? Mother. There is no pain. You are like a distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I cannot hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I caught a glimpse out of the corner of my eye. I remember now. The child is drowned. The dream is gone. I have become comfortably numb.
For she wished to keep her mother there. And the match burned with such a glow that was brighter than the new day. Mother had never appeared so large and so beautiful.
Today we are mourning the loss of an 11-year-old boy due to a devastating winter storm. We find to learn that he died because there was no heat in his mobile home.
Today we learned of the tragic death of a local 11-year-old girl from COVID. This follows a 7-year-old boy who died from the same virus last week.
The mounting challenges at the border crashed U.S. President's first official leaders conference this afternoon, derailing White House hopes of keeping the event focused on the administration's defense of the coronavirus pandemic.
Metropolitan Police report an 8-year-old girl was shot and killed on a bike ride home this afternoon.
The 12-year-old boy died last week after participating in a dangerous social media trend. The boy, who was not been identified, was found unresponsive by police late Monday in the breezeway of a local apartment with ligature marks around his neck.
Mother gathered the little girl in her arms, and both flew upward in brightness and joy above the earth, where there was neither cold, nor pain, nor hunger, where they were released.
In the corner sat the little girl with red cheeks and smiling mouth with her back against the wall. The New Year's sun shone a little corpse. The little girl sat still in stiffness of death, with the matches in one hand, of which one bundle had burned.
she had gone with her mother into the bright of the new year.